Hey, what's going on? This is Coach Chris here, and if you're watching this video, you probably want to learn a little bit more about finalsurge.com and how I deliver training plans to my athletes. So let's get into it. Finalsurge.com, it's a platform, essentially a calendar for coaches to deliver training plans to endurance athletes. It's what we use at Knighton Runs with all of our runners, and it's a really great platform. A lot of ways that you can plug into this. So you can go to finalsurge.com and view your plan. That's what I have here on the screen. You can get really good app for your phone. For Apple or Android, just search for Final Surge, download that. You'll get an email from me with how to set up your account and accept me as your coach. And once you've got that set up, it's really easy to get in here and start playing with it. I do want to give you just a little bit of an overview on how it works and how I like to best use it so that as athlete and coach, we can work best together. So as an example, I have Erica, my wife, her training plan up here. She was training for the Providence Half Marathon earlier this spring, and this is her week, about 3 weeks before her main race. So as your coach, I'll go in and write your training plan for you. I generally share about 2 weeks in advance to you. That way you only need to focus on kind of what's in the immediate present and not necessarily what's going to be happening a month or several months down the line. As your coach, I have a general template for how your training is going to evolve over time. Based on your history and your abilities, but I keep it flexible and fluid because your training is going to change. And I go in every single week and make edits to your next week ahead. That way it's totally personalized for you with paces, distances, and the schedule that fits your needs and your abilities. And you're really getting the best training plan possible for where you are as a runner right now and what your goals are in the next few months and whatever you're working towards. One thing that's real tricky when coaching yourself in just following a standard template online for a training plan is we don't always have the best sense of how to modify our own training when things might deviate from that standard plan a bit. Runners tend to be the type of person who just wants to keep pushing on through. And sometimes it's super helpful to have an outside coach who has your best interest in mind, who will tell you when you should back off, when you should modify what you're doing, when you should reschedule something because of some sort of a conflict or maybe you're not feeling great. That's really invaluable. And in this training plan on Final Surge, I'll show you how we do that. So it's super important for me to explain the purpose of every run that I give to my athletes. Monday is generally an easy run, or what we call a recovery run, or a rest day for most of my athletes. It's a recovery run for Erica. So I describe what that is and how you should run it. I planned it for 6 miles, and she uploaded a run from her Strava or Garmin. That was 5.25 miles, the time, the average pace, a little map of where she ran, all the data about it. So I'd take a quick glance at this and see how the run went. If I want to know more, I can analyze it further and see all the mile splits, pace charts, heart rate charts, elevation, all that sort of stuff. And then workouts are really important if you're trying to achieve the best of your ability in running too. So here, pretty tough workout, 4 miles at half marathon pace. I gave her her pace, 6:38, explained the duration, explained why we're doing this workout and how it should feel. And then again, planned for 9 miles. We have her uploading 1 of 10, which is totally fine. This proves to me that she did it and helps hold you as a runner accountable. When I see that the runs are not being uploaded, I know you probably weren't doing them, so I might check in. And then there's a comments section down below. So if Erica experienced any pain or injury here, you can put what that felt like, any post-workout notes you want to log, and then the comments section. This is a chat feature between you and your coach. It's private. Nobody can see it except me and you. So I just wrote, "Good job today." So she gets that as a notification on her phone or via email, or the next time she logs into Final Surge, she'll see that. And then it's really easy for Erica to write back, and we can have kind of a text message conversation back and forth here. And then at the end of every week, we have a link to this check-in form. This is super helpful for me to really get a better understanding of how your running is going, especially if we're not talking necessarily too much throughout the week. Some of my athletes I check in with almost every single day. Other people don't need that much communication. So this is super helpful. So I ask if you could check it in at least every other week. And this is a form that has a lot of great questions. What's one thing that you're proud of from last week? What's one thing you want to work on in the week ahead? Overall, how would you rate your training and why? How would you rate your confidence? Anything you want more of or less of? Are you dealing with any injury issues right now? Anything I can do to better support you? Any specific schedule requests? Any specific questions in general about training or any related running topic? And do you have any friends who might be interested in coaching too? So I come in here almost every single day and check in with all my athletes. I review the GPS files that you uploaded and make sure that you're running the right paces, the right distances, reading any comments you may have put in here to make sure that you're feeling good and responding well to your training. If you fill in that check-in form, I review that too at the end of the week. And that really helps make sure that your training is on track and you're staying motivated, you're staying accountable to your goals, and you're doing everything you need to do to progress and work towards your goals. So that's a bit about how Final Surge works. If you have any questions about it, just send me a message and I'd be happy to answer them. Thanks.